Still foggy, but I'm still going to walk the Golden Gate Bridge. We're going to head down the steps, under the roadway, and across into San Francisco. You can hear the cars above us. And the inside of the bridge. We are under the Golden Gate Bridge. Go. It's a windy, cold day. No drones. So today, bank holiday, we haven't got to worry about bicycles again, but they'll be back with a vengeance tomorrow. And we can't see the Golden Gate Bridge this morning. This is the coldest we've had San Francisco for a while. Last few years it's normally been beautiful and warm. Still loving it, even though it's a foggy day. City of San Francisco. And we're looking at the North Tower. Little rivets holding up the bridge to go in there and up the lift and up to the top of there, 500 from this position. You just can't see the end of the bridge. Looks like it's falling off in the middle of nowhere. Bikes to the right, pedestrians to the left. Speed limit 15 miles an hour. They do a lot more than that. You can actually see the curvature of the bridge, where in the middle there it's reaching its peak. Just about to approach the middle of the Golden Gate Bridge. It's good to be in the USA. In the middle of the bridge is number 69, and there we go, halfway. A good view of the safety netting all the way across there. Yeah, it certainly is a magical experience to be walking across the Golden Gate Bridge here in San Francisco. I remember years ago when we first come, this safety barrier was not even there between us and the traffic. How things have changed. There's a big ship, CMA CGM, about to go under the bridge. Plenty of cargo on that one. So you can see Glenn there watching the waves at 4 Point. That's the entrance to the bridge. Dedication by the directors. Dedication by the native sons of the Golden West. 115 feet southward from this panel on the centre line of the bridge. A starred disc of bronze marks its centre of the old fire control station. Beautiful flowers. Get them out. They're really, really nice. I like them. When it's foggy, you can hear the sound from the South Tower instantly. And wait about 2 seconds to hear the sound waves reach your ears through the air. And it says there, the fog, sea level coastal mountain range for hundreds of miles. Got a little model of the bridge. It shows you how it swings when the wind or earthquake. A little bit more of the Golden Gate. Section you can learn all about the Golden Gate Bridge. Models show here the original bridge deck on the left and the retrofitted one on the right. And when you feel the one on the right, it's a lot firmer. This one actually moves a lot. A storm in December 1951 caused the Golden Gate Bridge to twist and vibrate enough to cause some major damage. So the bridge was retrofitted from 1953 to 1954. Wind, speed and wind pressure. When wind pressure pushes the Golden Gate Bridge, the bridge must push back with enough force to stand up and remain stable. That's amazing. You can raise the roadways there. So this just shows you the different heights. So the Golden Gate Bridge is in the middle, and pulling that one is quite tight. Pulling the very big one, very easy. So I think what this is saying is the higher the tower, the more it takes the weight. Monument. So when asked how long the Golden Gate Bridge would last, Joseph Strauss replied, "Forever." Opened in 1937. Bridge construction began in 1933. Unemployment rate was 25% then. And they had to work in cold, windy and foggy conditions. Hanging the roadway, steel trusses on each side of the roadway deck structure along the length can be identified by triangles. Trusses support beams holding up the roadway, and they span 50 feet between vertical steel suspender ropes. Final piece of the overall structure and the roadway deck with its paving was in place by April 1919. By the mid-1935s, the north and the south tower stood ready to support the main two cables. Each of the cables measured a little over 3 feet in diameter and weighed 12,000 tons. To spin the cables, workers pulled a wire about as thick as a pencil from a concrete anchorage at one shore up and over both towers. The wire was then secured and sent back. It took many back and forth trips. The 27,572 wires in each cable. That's quite interesting. The entire weight of the road deck crossing the Golden Gate could be suspended from the two tables. The tallest bridge tower, so 746 feet tall. Bathtub for the South Tower. So to reach the site of the South Tower foundation, workers constructed a temporary roadway, from which you can see there. The greatest challenge took place underwater. South Tower was located more than 1,100 feet from San Francisco's shore. Divers worked in the water, dark, murky and cold. And a diver's life depended on the continuous pumping of air through a long hose to the surface. And look at that, the divers building the Golden Gate Bridge. Engineering design. So 1921, Joseph Strauss submitted a design for the bridge. The early design looked like that. And the beginning. So San Francisco grew rapidly in the 1900s. 1923, popular sport to build a bridge across the Golden Gate. And there we go. They're all agreeing on the plans to build the bridge. To read, you could spend quite a lot of time, and everything is really interesting. So the Art Deco on the bridge. There's more Art Deco than what you think. Even the lights, and even the base. Golden Gate Bridge must withstand earthquakes, strong wind and paint corrosion. And each tower has over 1 million rivets.
Okay, so we have to take a picture of all of these little things later.
You can see there, Washington Monument, 555 feet. Golden Gate Bridge, 746. Statue of Liberty, 305. Different types of bridges. Tells you everything you need to know. So the length of the bridge, 1.2 miles. Constructed 1937. Cost $35 million in the 1930s, approximately $1.5 billion in 2016. Here's the lovely shop. As you've crossed the bridge, you can now go and buy your souvenir. All the models of the Golden Gate Bridge, the bags. Isle of California. Plenty of t-shirts. Across the Golden Gate Bridge. San Francisco socks.